Hey everybody, welcome back to Stamping School. This is the new holiday mini catalog. Of course, they don't call it holiday anymore, but it is holiday. Starts September 3rd, ends at the end of December. There's also going to be a very large online exclusive drop with holiday stuff on the same day. So I posted my paper shares, embellishment shares, ribbon shares yesterday on my blog. I'll give you a quick preview of those. And be looking for the catalog. If you ordered from me in the last year, you should be getting one in the mail. Within the next week or so, I would think they'd be dropping to mailboxes. So, last week we did this one, which is with the painterly paper, which I love this pear paper. And then I got a few cards in the mail using it too. This one, which look at the envelope flap. Doesn't that just make you happy? This is a really pretty card using the Secret Sea color cardstock. This is from Debbie Heilman. This is really, really pretty. And the plaid folder back here. And then this one from my dear friend Karen Titus. So one of these fun folds that do that. Using the back side of one of the papers and then just fussy cut out some pears. So that inspired me to do this one, which was a bookbinding fold, which I haven't done for a while. So we're gonna make one of these, but with fall paper. But look how pretty that paper is. So this is just a 3/4 inch strip here, and then some cardstock, and then a little 3-inch piece here. It's just, I love that paper. Who would have known I would have liked pears? I don't know. So this is what you would get with the paper shares. So it's all 6x6, and it's one of everything that's coming in the new online exclusive and in the holiday mini catalog. So basically, I take reservations, I order everything, and I split it all up between 8 people. So everybody gets one 6x6 sheet of everything in the catalogs. So look how pretty this paper is. This is specialty paper. It's got gold, it's got the poinsettias. So pretty. The pinks, the reds, the blues. But there's all these really fun papers. There's Thanksgiving in here, some fall stuff. There's foils. There's a lot of Christmas, winter, different patterns in here. There is this pretty Northern Lights one, which is going to be really fun to play with. And then look at this one with the pretty doves on it with blues and silver, metallics. I think this is Queen Anne's lace, I'm not sure. But everything, all the papers, all the new papers, all of the new specialty papers, the glimmer papers. There's some velvet in here. We've got white, red, and green velvet right there. Real pretty. There's just pretty stuff, real pretty papers. So instead of buying lots of different 12x12 packs, you can get a taste of everything. Look at these, by the way. Love these. With the gold and the white and the black. So classy. Look at the trees. Anyway, I think it's $30 for 63 sheets for the papers to get all of those. And I put them in a pretty clear box. And then the ribbons come like this. So I split all the ribbons between 5 people because there's 10 yards. So you'll get 2 yards of all of the new ribbons. And I, meticulously wrap them to 6 inches. Look at this one. Misty Moonlight. Isn't that gorgeous with silver? And there's a shimmery red, and then there's this one, which is really interesting. I think it's more for fall, but it's kind of feels like rattan or something. It's kind of cool, kind of meshy. Kind of see it right here. Isn't that cool? I don't know. I don't think we've ever had anything like this before. It's kind of neat. Almost like bamboo or something. And there's also twines. I give you a couple ribbon cards in case you like to wrap these on the ribbon cards to keep them organized. There's twines. There's black and gold, white and gold, and then there's olive and espresso. 2 yards of that, 3 yards of these. So there's the ribbon shares, and these are the embellishment shares. I cut them all apart, split them between 5 people, and then put them in a 6x6 envelope for you. There's one missing. I missed the foam stars, but there's one missing, but you can see how fun they all are. You've got fall, you've got some blue florals, you've got all of these really fun sparkles, iridescence for the holidays, and 2 rings. We're gonna have fun with these later. I've got some really good ideas of what to do with those. And I'll put the link below. You go to my blog, lindastamps.com, and you can read all about the paper shares and how to sign up for that. So now I was going through all of the new papers. This one just stood out. I had to use it right away. Another one is coming out September 3rd. It's called Gathering Together, 12 by 12, 2 sheets of each one. Look at all the gold. Can you see that? Oh, I wish you were here. There we go. It's so, so pretty. There's the other side. This incidentally matches an embossing folder with all these little tiny leaves on it. And then you've got a real pretty olive green, granny apple green, and gold. Pretty shimmer. And that on the other side. This one has a white background with basic beige, Cajun craze, espresso, and the gold. On the other side. And this one is a real subtle plaid, white and the pretty beige, and like a curry or the duck. It's like a fall yellow, mustard color. See the shimmer on there for the gold. And espresso on the back. And then this one has a basic beige background. So I wanted to use these with the bookbinding fold. I haven't done that for a long time. So just as a reminder, this was the first one I did with the pairs. Okay, so basically the bookbinding fold, you just glue down 3/4 of an inch to an inch. And it works out great if you don't have a lot to say on the inside. So I made this one first using the new papers. Isn't that pretty? Now I did not buy the leaves and the stamps that go with this paper. What was I thinking? I was thinking I already have enough leaves. What do I need more for? But then as I got the paper, I thought, gee, that would have been nice. But I do have lots of other leaves that I can use to kind of fill in, so it works. So we're going to use a different pattern. We're going to use the one that is more basic beige as the base. And basically, any card that you have with the side fold, any size, this is just an A2 size, what you're going to do is you're going to score, put it in your paper trimmer, and you're just going to score 1 inch. So that's it. So this is 1 inch. You can use a ruler, anything you want. And then that folds up like this, and you only glue this part right here. Now think on your design first, because it would be awesome too if you added your designer paper and you could put ribbon here, so you could fasten your ends, you know, on each side here and glue that down, and then you could add ribbon on the binding too, which is what we used to do a lot. But on this one, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to glue this down, use a nice hefty glue, just like that. And then we just pick our designer paper. It's a great way to use just a little bit because it's only 3 inches wide by 5 1/4. Now, let's see which way you want to go, because I had an upside down mushroom last time. Well, it's going to be upside down again. But you're just going to snuggle that right in beside your score line and the edge of the paper. And this one right here, I'm going to do the coordinating plaid. This is 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. And I'll put the measurements in the PDF for you down below. And then, just because I want to put a little twine or something, I'm going to put a little decorative strip right here. I'm going to use the back of the plaid is that espresso. And again, if you can use cardstock or whatever. That's just going to go right here along the edge. There. It still opens. So I'm using a piece of basic beige on the inside. See, it really matches that designer paper perfectly, which is why we love Stampin' Up, because it all coordinates like the old Granimals. Okay, that on the inside. And then just to bring this in a little bit, I can put that over here, or I can put it on the other side, but just a little 1/2 inch strip, just because it's nice to have some on the inside. Now, on this one, I just did the olive twine, but this one, this new braided twine is really interesting. It's heavy. This is coming out September 3rd, but one is like almost like a creamy white, and one is the black and gold, and I'm going to use this creamy white color. Let's see if this piece fits. Do you know how to measure the right length without getting out a ruler? If you hold it on your card and go the length of your card once, and then twice, 3 times. A ribbon, a twine. Now the heavier the ribbon, you might have to do a little more. And for the twine, you might have to do a little less, but that's about right. And if you go 4 times, that's a bow. Typically, unless your ribbon is really fat. All right, we're just gonna do a quick knot right here, and then we'll add a sentiment to it. Oh, I like it all frayed like that. It's a frayed. I'm gonna make the other side kind of rough too. I like that. Now on this one, I use these new labels that we have called traditional labels. They are coming out September 3rd, and they look like this. So yes, there's a stamp set that goes with it. I think it's a whole suite or something. But again, they're doing these dies that have all these different designs on them. Let me see if you can see, which I love. Makes everyone look so different. And I noticed, like on this one, several of them, they're open-ended like this, which I love too, because you can, string your ribbon through. You can tuck flowers in there. I like when they're separate like that. So I stamped on the basic beige and espresso with this one, and then I used the larger one to layer a little bit. Let's see how that looks. I might even pop that up. Yeah, let's just put a couple dimensionals on here and pop it up. Now, because I didn't have the coordinating leaves, it kind of fits in there. That's kind of cool. I just grabbed the leaves from another bundle. I grabbed the ones from the pears, these, because I thought they really kind of coordinated well with that. On this one, I used the Thankful Garden dies because they look very similar. So, go through your dies, see what you have. But on this one, I'm going to cut this apart and just stick those in there because I think I like that better. I think that'd be pretty. Just a few little glue dots here. And just stick them in. I think I'm going to go this way. It kind of looks like little rabbit ears. And we'll stick this one up here. Maybe put these under here. There. And then we need a little bling, of course. I still like the gold sequins, which I love these little gold sequins. They're large enough for a glue dot too, which is kind of nice. Or use the fine tip glue. That's it. I'm gonna leave them blank until I know what I'm gonna do with them. So give this bookbinding fold a try. I think you'll like it. It's the same amount of paper. You're just adding a little bit more glue. And it really is kind of fun to do. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit the like button because that helps people see it. So hit the like button. We'll see you next time. See it, learn it, stamp it.